welcome to Seller Mobile TV. Today we have a very special guest with us. We've got Tom from The Listing People, and he has got a really great workshop just for us, and we are so excited. Tom, I'll give it away. What are we talking about today?
Today we're going to be talking about Facebook funnels and really how to utilize Facebook funnels to drive traffic to your Amazon listings, to your Amazon storefront, and really tap into those billions of people who currently and actively use Facebook. I don't think many people do it right now, utilize it right now. They rely a lot on Amazon advertising, organic traffic from Amazon. Yet the reality is, as I'm going to go through, a vast majority of your target audience are just floating around and playing around on Facebook and Instagram. If you can tap into them, then really you can drive unlimited amount of traffic to your listings.
Okay, let's get into it.
Cool. Okay, so like I said, if you've got any questions, just jump straight in. And I'll be going at quite a fast pace, but if you have got any questions or want clarification on anything, then just go through it. So over the course of probably the next 20-25 minutes, we're going to go through a few things. First things first, you're going to discover why you're currently neglecting about 97% of your potential customer pool. We're then going to go through our 4-step funnel. We're going to break it all down, how to drive cold traffic through your funnel and eventually spitting them out at the end when they're nice and warm and they're going to buy your product. We're then going to break down the 3 main components of how to create a high converting Facebook/Instagram ad. We'll break that down. And then at the end there as well, the 3 core elements of a successful Facebook campaign. So those two are linked together as well.
Perfect. So let me ask you this. Is this category agnostic, or does this work better for some categories on Amazon than others?
No, it will be literally anyone, to be honest, any category. Obviously, certain categories, you'll have different kind of micro kind of strategies, but this is like a macro strategy that can be applied to any category, whether you're selling consumable products like makeup, etc., or whether you're just selling furniture and big bulky kind of goods as well. The reality is the strategy is the same, the blueprints are the same. There are more moving parts that you may like tweak slightly depending upon what kind of product you've got, but the ultimate strategy is exactly the same.
Okay.
Awesome. So this is the neglected customer model, and pretty much how it works is whereby at any one point in time, there are about 3% of customers or your target audience are in hunt mode. And when I say hunt mode, they've got a really high purchase intent. So they're going onto Amazon or they're going onto like Google or somewhere like that, and they're typing in what they want. Now, these are the kind of people who go onto Amazon, they'll type in, let's say, for example, gym t-shirt, and then your products will pop up under maybe a sponsored ad or sponsored brand or whatever the case may be, or just simply organic, and then they'll hit your link and then they'll make that purchase. They've got a really high intent to make a purchase, yet the problem with this is that every single other Amazon seller are also going after this 3% of traffic. So this makes it incredibly expensive. As we all know, Amazon advertising's exploded over the last, I'd say, 18 months. Ad costs have got more expensive. Tools and features have got more advanced. And the reality is it's getting harder and harder to actually pull that traffic onto your Amazon listing. You really need to have a unique selling point or a quality price point or a product that just simply blows the competition out of the water in order to tap into this traffic. Now, a lot of Amazon sellers are just neglecting the 97% of people who are at the bottom of this triangle. Now, these are people who aren't actually open to buying right now. They might not be aware of your product. They might not be aware that they have a problem that your product can solve. Yet, if you actually get in front of them and then you nurture them and build a relationship with them, then these are the kind of customers that we can move up this triangle here and eventually move them into this top 3%, this hunt mode kind of category section or segment of your audience who will then make that purchase. And like I said, a lot of people are just neglecting these right now. And this is a strategy that we're going to go through whereby we'll actually be able to tap into these people and differentiate ourselves from our competition. We'll have a flexibility with advertising. And therefore, we can open up a massive customer pool that we aren't currently tapping into. So this is our 4-step sales funnel. So I'll just move this out of the way. So this is our 4-step sales funnel. I'm going to break it all down individually in a minute, but I just want to show you it as a bit of an outline. So number one, we've got stage one, we've got cold. So this is the awareness campaigns. And these are like engagement ads, and I'll show you what I actually mean by that in a minute. Then we move into stage two, which is consideration. And this is whereby we're nurturing our audience, we're warming them up. Then they'll obviously either convert or they won't. So there are two different options or two different avenues that they can take. And then finally, we've got stage four, which is retention. And stage four is the one that majority of e-commerce brands that we deal with actually neglect. They don't even really focus on this. Yet the reality is the majority of your profits are going to come from repeat purchases and really increasing that customer lifetime value. So we're going to show you how you can really utilize this funnel to maximize your customer lifetime value, which will obviously increase your profits further down the line. And I'll show you a couple of examples as well. So first things first are engagement ads. Now, this is a top of the funnel. So these are the kind of ads that we're going to throw out on Facebook and Instagram. And the whole aim of these ads is to generate engagement, is to get people who currently aren't aware of our brand and our products to engage with us. Yet we do things a little bit different. So a lot of Amazon sellers that I've dealt with and are currently in our membership program, when they first start running Facebook ads, they simply just create an ad and try to go for like a direct to sale. So they put up an ad on Facebook or Instagram and they're trying to generate that sale straight away. The problem is that, like I said earlier on, people who are on Amazon have got a different kind of mental framework or kind of different kind of, how can I put this, intent when they're on Amazon, okay? They go to Amazon to make a purchase, they're in buy mode. When people are on Facebook and Instagram, they're in social mode. So we don't really want to be positioning all these sales, the ads in front of these people, simply because they're not really in that frame of mind when they're scrolling through Facebook. They're there to be entertained. They're there to see news, etc., etc. They don't want to be like sold to, really. So what we do is we provide them with some free content that will really grab their attention and then draw them into our funnel. So this is actually a gym clothing brand that I built when I was at university, and I'm using this as a bit of an example right now. So what I mean by this is what we're going to do is at the top of our funnel, the first ad that we're going to run is we're going to run a content ad. And the whole purpose of this ad is to get someone to click through this ad and then land onto a pre-sale page. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So first things first, how do we create this? Well, as you can see here, we're really speaking out to our target audience. So we sell gym clothing. And so what we want to be doing is we want to be tapping into people who actually are interested in the gym, CrossFit, fitness, men's health, etc., etc. And we're doing that by really prodding on a potential pain point that they may have, i.e. they want to build bigger arms, they don't know how to do it. So we're going to create a free guide whereby they can actually get that for free and discover how they can build bigger arms. Notice at this stage, we're not trying to sell them anything. We've obviously got an image in here that may grab their attention with our products on, but we're not actually selling them anything. And through Facebook, as you can see on here, we can really go like laser target our ideal audiences. So what I've done here is locations. I've selected people who live in the United Kingdom. If it's America, you can obviously go United States. Australia, exactly the same. Age range, 18 to 35. Gender, I've selected male. And then detailed targeting. This is where we can get really precise. I've gone like CrossFit and physical fitness. So you can really bundle these interests together, give Facebook like an audience pool of say like 3 million, if maybe a little bit larger if you're in the States, whereby Facebook can then go out and show this ad, position this ad in front of your target audience. And that way it's going to be far more cost effective. Once we've done that, we drive them to what's called a pre-sale page. Now, this is, again, something that a lot of Amazon sellers don't do, where they create an ad here with their product on, and then they direct them straight to their Amazon listing or their Shopify sales page, whatever the case may be. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So what we do is we send them to what's called a pre-sale page, and you can build this within like a lead page, you can build it within your WordPress, wherever the case may be. But as you can see here, literally all they're going to get is they're going to get this free guide on how to actually build bigger arms. So it's just going to be simply going through the free guide on how to build bigger arms. And along within this guide, we're also dropping in different images of our products so that they are becoming more aware of the kind of products that we sell. At the bottom, we'll also include call to action, whereby they can then go through to our Amazon store and explore our products or make a purchase, whatever the case may be. Now, that will then take care of the kind of people who have got a lower threshold, really, whereby we can actually sell to them a little bit earlier on. Yet the reality is the whole purpose of this pre-sale page is to build trust with our audience, is to make them aware of our brand and our products, and also to provide them with value upfront. And then once we've done that, we can then obviously position different ads in front of them further down the line. And they're going to have a much higher chance of them actually purchasing because we've given them this free value upfront as well. Another thing that we can do is we can pixel people. So when we actually drive people onto this pre-sale page, we can drop cookies onto their browsers. And this is going to be really important when we go on to the next stage where we're trying to get them to convert and buy our product. And I'll show you what I mean right now. So now we move on to stage 2. And stage 2 is whereby the audience is warm. So they're aware of our brand. They've interacted with us. They've clicked on our ad. They've gone through to our pre-sale page. They've discovered more about our products that we sell and all of that side of things. Now stage 2 is whereby they're in the consideration stage. They're now considering whether or not they should actually purchase our products. And what we do here is we position retargeting ads in front of these audiences. Now, if you can recall a minute ago, we pixeled every single person who landed on this pre-sale page, which will then allow us to retarget anyone who landed on that pre-sale page with additional ads. And these ads now go into more about the products and literally trying to get people to buy our products. And a way to actually structure these, as you can see here, we can have like lifestyle images like this. I'll show you another example in a minute, testimonials, and then obviously links at the bottom saying explore the range or whatever the case may be. Just want to point out as well, you can't actually utilize 5 stars like this now. I didn't have time to actually change this, but you can't utilize that now. Facebook policies, they've actually banned you utilizing 5 stars, yet you can still use a review. So the whole aim of these ads is to continuously prod those people who have been onto that pre-sale page with the intention of getting them to go through to Amazon or even our Shopify account or wherever the case may be, and then make that purchase. Additional ads that we can use like carousel ads, so they work incredibly well as well. So in this case here, obviously, we would have had scrolling ads here with additional products on, and then different hyperlinks for different products. So if you've got a range of products, range of t-shirts, range of cosmetics, whatever the case may be, you could literally be directing people to those individual specific Amazon pages. Now they're going to make a decision. They're either going to buy or they're not going to buy. Now, if they buy, that'd be absolutely awesome. You know, our marketing's actually worked. If they don't buy, then we've got to accept that as well. The reality is, though, with these retargeting ads, we're probably only going to be targeting people who have engaged with that pre-sale page, maybe within like a 30-day window. We don't want to be going much longer than that. Reason why is because we could potentially be burning cash if we're targeting people any longer. Yet if we're targeting people within like a 30-day window and they haven't actually purchased within that 30-day window, then it's probably safe to say that they're not going to purchase at all, or they may come back further down the line and we can then retarget them again. Now, like I said, number 4, stage 4. By this stage, they've purchased our product, and now our aim now is to retain them. Our aim now is to get them to continuously come back to our store and purchase more product over and over again. And with my gym brand, when I had that, we did that through numerous methods, and I'll go through them in a minute. But it was really, really important, simply because a lot of people nowadays, especially with competition and advertising costs going up, you're not going to make as much profit on the front end, i.e. that first sale, than you would have done, say, 18 months, 2 years ago. The majority of your profit is going to come from the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth sale. Yet a lot of e-com brands, or sellers, e-commerce brand owners, just don't really realize that. They don't understand that, and therefore they don't really understand the importance of retaining your customer and continuously selling to them over and over again. So you're probably wondering now, how are we actually going to retain our customer? How are we actually going to position additional products in front of them so that we can keep ensuring they're coming back to us over and over again? Well, one way of doing it is by including a product insert within your product packaging. So let's say clicked on our engagement ad, they through to our pre-sale page. They've read all about how to make your arms bigger, etc., etc. We've then retargeted them with additional ad about a gym t-shirt. They've clicked on that, gone through to Amazon, made that purchase. That Amazon product is then being shipped to them. They then open this product, and then they get like a nice insert card in here, or there's like a QR link that they can click on to find out more information or get additional information about additional products, etc. From this product insert code, we can get them onto like our chatbot, we can get them onto our mailing list, we can get them to like our Instagram page, we can get them to like our Facebook page. So the whole aim of this product insert card is to really bounce them around our different assets so that we can contact them again. And we're not just solely relying on Amazon in order to retarget those customers, because retargeting people through Amazon ads is quite expensive. Yet if we can get people onto our chatbot, for example, and then get them onto our mailing list, that will then enable us to actually position different products in front of them multiple times, and we've got the freedom to actually do that. So a lot of people think that email's dead. Based on our research with our current members and our clients, it definitely isn't. 20 to 40% of all of their revenue still comes from email. And the reality is as well is that in the next 18 months, there are going to be additional changes with regards to embedding cookies onto users' browsers. And one way to get around that is simply just to gather their email address. It's going to be incredibly valuable to build up that mailing list so that you can then leverage that asset over and over again, simply because you kind of own it then. You can literally do what you want with it. You can create lookalike audiences. You can do your own sales. You can do your own giveaways, competitions. You can do pre-launches. You can find out what product, what t-shirt someone prefers, and you can do like a poll or whatever the case may be. So my advice is to really focus right now on building your mailing list. Once we've done that, we can then try and increase our customer lifetime value. And as you can see, these are just an example. They're really, really old. It was like 2015 when this was when I sent this email out. But really, what we did was literally send out multiple emails to our existing customers, positioning different products in front of them. So if we release like a new hoodie, if we release a new t-shirt, we would send it out to our existing customers first. We don't have to go out there and try and find new customers. We've already got a pre-built kind of mailing list that we can sell to over and over again. And you can, like I said, you can generate 20 to 40% of your revenue simply from good quality email campaigns. Yet a lot of Amazon sellers simply aren't doing that. They're trying to start from scratch every single time they release a new product, or they're getting one sale in and then they're just trying to start from scratch over and over again. You want to be trying to increase your customer lifetime value by horizontally scaling, i.e. releasing different products that complement that main core hero product and then selling it to them over and over again. So quick breakdown on how all of this knits together. Number one, we've got our engagement ads. And this is obviously whereby we're sending out sending out an ad to a massive big audience of people. Facebook will go and find them for us. And the whole aim of this ad is to get them to click through and go onto our pre-sale page. From this pre-sale page, we embed a pixel onto this. We put our pixel onto the pre-sale page, which will then embed a cookie onto any visitors page. And then that we can then obviously then position retargeting ads in front of these people who have been on this pre-sale page. And these retargeting ads, well, the aim of these retargeting ads is obviously to generate a conversion and get people to go through to our intended destination and make a purchase. Then, utilizing QR codes, product inserts, etc., chatbots, we can then obviously get them onto our lists, and we can then attempt to retain them and increase a customer lifetime value by positioning complementary products in front of these existing customers over and over again. And this is where the real money's actually made. And I'm going to break that down to you right now, just showing you a bit of an example. So before we get into that, let's just have a look at what customer lifetime value means and everything. So as you can see here, measures the value of business we do with a customer from the first sale we make with them to the last. recognizes that a customer who makes small, frequent purchases may be more valuable than a customer who makes one big purchase. And finally, every business owner should know this figure. It's amazing how many customers we have or clients we have who don't initially know what their customer lifetime value is, which is pretty scary because you really need to know that figure in order to work out how much you can actually spend in order to acquire a customer. So let's say, for example, your customer lifetime value is £100 or $100, then you know that you can only spend 99.9 pounds or dollars in order to acquire that customer, if that makes sense. You don't want to be spending more money in order to acquire a customer when their customer lifetime value is actually lower than that. So it's a really important metric and figure that you need to actually understand and know. And the whole aim of the game is to try and increase this customer lifetime value to as high as possible.
So for folks that don't know, oh, okay, perfect. I was just gonna.
Sorry, no, go on.
No. I was just gonna ask for clarification on how you can, for folks that don't have, that number in mind, how they can figure that out. But you're going over it right now.
Yeah. So how we can figure that out? That's a really good question. One way is you can go onto your business reports on Amazon and actually see how many of your orders are repeat orders. Mm-hmm. So that's one way to figure it out on Amazon. Another way really is if you've got a Shopify account, you can figure it out on Shopify how many are repeat purchases. But it's a difficult one to really figure out. They're the only two really key metrics that will actually give you the actual hard data. If you don't actually have that and people are buying on Amazon and then people are buying on Shopify, it's going to be difficult to obviously establish what your customer lifetime value is. It's probably a lot of harder work to actually go into those, but they're the two main reports that you can actually look into to actually establish what your lifetime value is. Obviously, if you're just starting out and everything, then it's going to be more difficult. Another thing, like I mentioned here, how do you increase your customer lifetime value? There are two ways of doing that, and it'll probably give you a bit of a key indicator of like how you can actually figure out what your lifetime value is. So strategy number one is simply to create a consumable product, whereby the customer will need to reorder. So protein bars, razor blades, makeup products, coffee, etc. If you know that they've got a lifespan of say 30 days, and then you realize that you're getting repeat orders on Amazon from the same customers over and over again, or they set up like subscribe and save, then you can then really track how many months or how many orders they're actually making. And then you can really realize what is your customer lifetime value. So let's say, for example, you've got makeup products and they buy the first month and then they buy for 4 consecutive months thereafter, and it costs 20 quid, then you know that your customer lifetime value is 80. 4 months times 20 equals 80. Exactly the same. Slightly more difficult is strategy number 2, whereby we're releasing different products in front of your existing customers. And why this is slightly different is because obviously you're going to have different kind of products on Amazon whereby they're going to go and make a purchase, if that makes sense. So what we do here is we simply release different products that complement our main products. So we may have a hero product that may be like a makeup brush or something like that. Or let's just give the example of Dollar Shave Club. They sell razor blades, so their hero product is obviously their razor blade, and then they'll have complementary products underneath that product, shaving foam, moisturizers, shampoos, etc., and they will then obviously complement that main hero product, and they'll position those products in front of their existing customers, knowing that because they're interested in those razor blades and everything, they're highly likely going to then purchase those kind of sub products, if that makes sense. Now, how? Let me just go back. Yeah, examples. Yeah. So, how are we actually doing that? Well, on Amazon right now, there are a lot of consumable brands who are going full noise in order to actually maximize their lifetime value. So, for example, if we're looking at like Grenade and they do protein bars, we've noticed that in the recent kind of months, they've been going incredibly hard on sponsored brand ads. And they're obviously selling like these 12 packs of their bars and everything like that. And in my opinion, the reason why they're actually doing this is to generate brand awareness whilst acquiring new customers. And a lot of people with consumable products are utilizing Amazon now in order to acquire new customers. They know that that's where people go and shop. In the UK, a third of online sales derive from Amazon. In the US, it's about 50%. So they know that people go and shop on Amazon. So they're going really, really aggressive on these kind of sponsored brand ads, even sponsored product ads, and display ads in order to actually acquire new customers. Then they're then obviously upselling or cross-selling, or even just hoping that these customers who purchase these packs will then come back to them over and over again and make additional purchases. So it'll look something like this. So sale number one, sale price is £20. Customer acquisition cost will be £10. Unit cost £6, and their profit will probably only be like £4. Yet, let's say, for example, this consumer, after making that purchase, really, really likes these products. They're then going to obviously come back and make a second purchase. Yet this time, you don't have that customer acquisition cost anymore. You don't have that £10 cost. Therefore, that then gets added to your profit. So your profit is significantly higher than sale one. And that's exactly the same for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the case may be, however long that customer actually stays with you for. So if you can get into your head that that's really, if you can build that out, whereby you're utilizing that first sale in order to acquire that customer, and then the profits can be made on second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, then you're going to see your profits significantly increase because you're not having to go out and acquire new customers again. So let's break down now what makes a successful ad. So first things first, Facebook own Instagram. So you'll I've referenced Facebook a lot. Yeah, all of this strategy and everything like that is relevant to Instagram. There are different kind of age ranges on Instagram. So normally it's about 18 to 35 on Instagram, 18 years old to 35. Yet Facebook goes up to 60 plus. So if you've got people who are older, then you may want to be utilizing Facebook more. If you've got a younger kind of crowd, then you may want to be using Instagram more. You can split test it and then track which ones works best though within your Facebook ads manager, and you can like work it out that way though. So first things first, you need to be targeting the right audience. Now, 18 months ago, a couple of years ago, this was really, really important. And your targeting was one of the most critical elements of your whole campaign. Yet now the reality is Facebook is so smart right now. They've got so much data on their users that you can really just put up an ad, put in a couple of different targeting features, maybe where they live, their age, and then maybe a couple of interests, and they will literally go out and find your ideal customers. And once you start building lookalike audiences based on people who have actually landed on your pre-sale page or existing customers, then that's going to give them far more information that they can go out and use to find customers that look just like your existing customers. So the first component is targeting the right audience. The next component is creative. Now, a creative is hands down the most important element of your Facebook/Instagram ad. The reason why is because you need to stop the scroll. You could be targeting the right people. You could have an awesome offer. Yet if you don't actually stop them in their tracks when they're going through looking at cat videos and scrolling through their friends' updates, etc., on Facebook and Instagram, then they're just not going to take any action. You're not going to get any clicks. And the whole aim of that Facebook, Instagram ad is to generate a click, is to grab their attention. We're in the attention business. It's no different on Amazon right now as well, with your main images and your A+ content, storefronts, etc. The creative needs to be on point, simply because you need to differentiate yourself, you need to stand out from the crowd, and you need to grab their attention. So creative right now is hands down the most important element of your Facebook campaign. Yet a lot of people fall short at this. They end up putting a really good offer up. They're targeting the right people, but their creative lets them down, and then they can't really understand why their ad campaigns just aren't working. And finally, your offer. You need to obviously have a good product. If you've got a good product, then you're halfway there. The rest of it is just literally adding in the magic with regards to creative and targeting. Yet you need to have a good offer to people. And obviously you need to be ensuring that you're driving them through that funnel correctly as well. So all of those three elements obviously then build or lead to a high quality Facebook, Instagram ad campaign, and that obviously all builds out that whole funnel. Now, with regards to creatives, for e-com brand, loads of different things work. User-generated content, whereby you're getting your existing customers to actually create the content for you. Influencer-generated content, whereby you're actually paying people in order to create content for you, videos, unboxing videos, other things have worked really well recently. Are like behind the scenes, so like behind the scenes stories whereby people are in like their warehouses and they're showing them how the product's put together, the production line, etc., and where the quality comes from. Really, the whole purpose of these retargeting ads is a pre-purchase experience. It's putting that product in front of your customers or your prospects before they've even purchased it, so they can actually see what it's going to be like when it arrives through their door in a few days' time. And if you can do that, then your conversions will significantly increase. So yeah, that's pretty much everything really. Rattled through that quite quickly. So if you've got any questions, either.
Yeah, so I mean, this is really great information, and then that brings us to kind of what you guys do and how can you help someone achieve that. But before we go into that, could you maybe give an example of, a client that you've worked with who, was not doing these, Facebook, Instagram, retargeting ads, and then when they start doing it, what did they see in terms of their revenue?
Yeah. So we're working really closely with a vitamin brand right now. So they sell different types of vitamins, and they were actually wanting to launch a new product. They were like nighttime pills that were going to help people with insomnia or who were just having bad night's sleep, really, and it was going to help them really solve that pain point. And they wanted to release this product on Amazon. So what we actually did was we built a campaign off Amazon utilizing Facebook and Instagram in order to actually build up a massive mailing list of our potential customers before we launched it on Amazon. So what we did was we built up, we created exactly the same what I showed you earlier on, a free bit of content whereby they can literally click on this link. They went through to a pre-sale page. It then gave them some really good tips on how to actually solve their burning problems, how to have a better night's sleep, the importance of having a good night's sleep, etc., etc., etc. And then at the end, we then had a link whereby they added their email address in order to actually enter a competition whereby they could win a year's supply of this product once it actually launched. And then we had, when it did launch, we then literally had a 7-day funnel via email directing people to our Amazon listing. And we gave a coupon code of, say, 20% off for that 7-day period. And we had some really good results as a consequence of that. 2 things came out of it. One, before they'd even launched their product, they had a pre-built audience that they could market to straight away. 2, we could get reviews on the product quite quickly. We could use some people got the option of getting a rebate on it and everything. So we could actually tap into that audience, that pre-built audience, in order to do that. And then also as well, we've got loads of velocity onto our Amazon listings in a really short space of time within that 7 days. So that significantly boosted our sales rank. So we got reviews, our sales rank got boosted. And then another thing as well is that we could then link those people who had actually purchased, because they scanned the code on our QR code on our product, to a chatbot. And then what we did then is we actually followed up with them about 30 days later, because that's how long this product actually lasted for. And then we tried to really resell a product to them again. If you want to now, you should be coming to the end of your current supply. If you want to top up your supply, click this link here. So it's a really good strategy. A lot of moving parts, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it was a really good strategy whereby we could kind of validate the product before we'd even launched it on Amazon. And then when we did launch it on Amazon, we could get a really high velocity to our Amazon listing without having to spend a fortune on Amazon ads to begin with, or just waiting for that organic trade to get going.
Perfect. No, this is great. So you've worked with customers that you can sort of help them with a new product launch or get them set up. So tell us a little bit about the listing people. What kind of other services you guys provide?
Yeah, so our main product is, or our main service even, is a membership program. So we believe that every Amazon seller should have a team of experts at their disposal. Far too many Amazon sellers right now, they've got awesome products, yet what they actually lack is the critical skills, knowledge, blueprints, and strategies in order to successfully sell those products, both on Amazon and off Amazon. So all of this I've spoke about is really good in theory, yet the reality is it's a lot harder to actually put into action and execute it properly. So we've got a membership program, which is a monthly membership whereby you can literally gain access to all of these blueprints. It's ever evolving. We're always putting up new content, new strategies, new tactics. We have expert speakers come in talking about Amazon advertising, Facebook advertising, etc., etc. And the whole aim of this really is to equip our members with those skill sets that they need to successfully sell their products. And unlike other kind of courses and high ticket programs out there, ours is a monthly membership. So you can come in for a month. If you don't like it, you can simply leave. It's completely risk-free. There are no massive big upfront costs. So really it's accessible to everyone. There's an awesome community group as well, whereby if you've got a burning problem, you can drop it into the community group and our members will solve it for you. We've got other people in there as well, former Amazon employees in that group as well, helping you out as well. So it saves you going out there and spending hours banging your head against the wall, staring deep into Seller Central, not knowing what's working. And for $40, $50 a month, it is an absolute no-brainer.
Perfect. And I think that sort of the key there is the ongoing process, right? It's not a one-time thing like you talked about, where some of these courses are, you sort of take this like 2-3 hour piece and then you're kind of left without any support. What you guys offer is the ongoing support from you and from your experts, but also from the Amazon community, that you're sort of a tight-knit group, and the Amazon community is known to be, great sharers of information and kind of working together. So thank you so much, Tom. I really appreciate you coming on and talking to us about this. And I think, and we'll add this link in, down below when we post this. And yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right.